The first time she said it, I wanted to believe her. "It's just a business dinner," Laura told me, slipping on her black heels by the front door. Her tone was light, almost careless, but the way she avoided my eyes told a different story. She was dressed too well for just dinner. Her hair perfectly waved, her perfume thick in the air, that deep red lipstick she only wore on anniversaries. I watched her adjust her necklace in the mirror, the gold pendant I bought her 5 years ago glinting under the hallway light. "Who's it with?" I asked, trying to sound casual. "Just a client," she said, grabbing her clutch. "You wouldn't know him." That word, him, landed in my chest like a stone. Still I nodded, pretending not to care. "Have fun." She smiled. "Don't wait up." The door clicked shut behind her, and the house fell into silence. For a while I just stood there, staring at the spot where she'd been. The scent of her perfume still lingered, soft and expensive, and I hated that it smelled like trust. I poured myself a drink and sat on the couch, TV on but sound off, my mind replaying every little thing I'd ignored these past months. The new phone passcode, the late nights, the sudden business trips. Each one felt harmless on its own. But together they formed a pattern I couldn't keep denying. Strange how love fights with logic. Even when every sign points to betrayal, your heart keeps whispering no, not her. By 9 o'clock, I couldn't sit still anymore. Curiosity, or maybe desperation, took over. "Which restaurant did you say you were going to?" I'd asked earlier. She'd mentioned the Lantern, a dimly lit place downtown known for its wine list and private booths. So I called the restaurant. "Good evening," I said. "My wife's dining there tonight. I'd like to send a bottle of wine to her table." "Laura Bennett." The host hesitated, then said, "Ah yes, Mrs. Bennett. Table 12. My chest tightened. "Perfect. Could you send over a bottle of Chateau Margaux 2015? With a note that says, 'To Laura, love, your husband.'" I hung up before I could second guess it. It was petty, childish even. But I needed to see what would happen when that wine reached her table. For the next 20 minutes I paced. The clock ticked louder with every second. Finally my phone buzzed. A message from Laura. "Why would you do that?" "No thank you." Not "how sweet." Just that. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. "Thought you'd like it. You're with a client, right?" Long pause. I am." "That was inappropriate, Ryan. I told you this was business." Something inside me snapped. "Then your client should appreciate a good bottle of wine." No response. That silence said everything. An hour later I found myself driving toward the Lantern. I told myself I wasn't going to confront her, that I just wanted to see. But deep down I knew that was a lie. The city lights blurred through the windshield as my hands gripped the wheel. The air outside was cold, sharp, the kind that seeps into your lungs and stays there. When I got there I parked across the street, the car engine still running. From my seat, I had a clear view through the restaurant's tall windows. And there she was. Laura sat in one of the corner booths, facing a man I didn't recognize. Tall, clean-cut, maybe early 40s. He was laughing, leaning in close. Her hand rested on the table, just inches from his. The bottle of wine sat between them. Half empty. I watched as she touched her hair, that nervous habit she had when she was trying to impress someone. He said something and she smiled. Softly, warmly, in a way she hadn't smiled at me in months. I wanted to believe I was misreading it, that it was all innocent. But then she reached across the table and brushed his wrist, slow, deliberate, her eyes locked on his. Something in me cracked. I sat there for a long time, heart pounding, watching the woman I thought I knew become a stranger right before my eyes. When they finally stood to leave, I ducked lower in the seat. He helped her with her coat, his hand lingering on her shoulder, and they walked out together, laughing quietly as they stepped into the night. Not once did she look back. I didn't follow. I didn't need to. Already knew. That night I didn't sleep. I just lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, the sound of her key turning in the lock echoing in my head. When she finally came home, it was past midnight. "Hey," she whispered, slipping out of her shoes. You're still up. I didn't answer. She hesitated, then added, It ran late. The client wanted to discuss some details. Must have been an interesting conversation, I said quietly. She froze. What's that supposed to mean? I saw you, Laura. The silence stretched between us, thick and heavy. Her face went pale. You followed me. I didn't have to, I said. I sent the wine. Her eyes flickered, shame, guilt, fear, all flashing in quick succession. Ryan, it's not what you think. Then what is it? Asked. Tell me. She opened her mouth, then closed it. It just happened. We've been distant. I didn't mean for it to. Her words blurred together after that. Excuses, apologies, tears. But none of it reached me. I was too busy replaying every laugh, every touch, every lie she'd told to my face. When she finally whispered, Can we fix this? I almost laughed. Fix what? I said softly. The business dinner, or the man you couldn't wait to have dessert with. Her tears came fast then, but I felt nothing. No anger. No sadness. Just emptiness. In the morning, she was gone before I woke up. A note sat on the table beside a half-empty cup of coffee. I'm sorry. I need time to think. I stared at it for a long time, then looked toward the unopened bottle of wine I'd bought for her weeks ago, the one I'd meant to share on our anniversary. Sat there mocking me. A reminder of how trust dies. Not in a single moment, but in the slow, quiet decay of everything left unsaid. When I finally poured the wine down the sink, it wasn't anger that filled me. It was peace. The kind that comes when you stop waiting for someone to come home in spirit, when you finally accept that they already left long before the door ever closed.